Good morning everyone. Friday morning, and oh my goodness, it's hot in this room. I don't know whether I look warm, overheated. I put the heating on to come on early, and it's still early, and it just gets so hot. It was only under 20 degrees as well. Anyway, off to the dentist again this morning to start this root canal work. I don't know how long drawn out it's going to be. The pain that I had has completely gone, thankfully. So we'll just see where this leads us. I always feel that when I make a video, I need to come on and I need to offer something other than simply idle chit-chat. And I always do want to offer something. So this morning, I'm just going to let you in to a few of my secrets. I've always tried, right from when Alfie and I were first married, possibly even before then, I've always tried, when I've gone into a room or my bedroom, be it the bedroom, be it the kitchen, I've always tried to leave it just that little bit tidier than when I walked in. I try and do that with my headspace. I try to start the day with positivity. I try to end my day with a little bit more positivity in my head than was there at the beginning. Excuse me a sec. Turn this down. It's better. And this is how I get through the days. There are days that I don't succeed. There are days when I feel really alone. And we're all alone, but this aloneness is a different kind of aloneness. I can be with a lot of people, and because my husband isn't with me, it's a different kind of aloneness I feel. It's difficult for me to enjoy myself because he can't be there to join in and enjoy things with me. Christmas Day we're all going to spend the morning with Alfie, but at the end of that, myself and my family are coming here for Christmas, a late Christmas dinner. So it's a different kind of aloneness, and I question myself. Is there something I could have done differently? Did I add to Alfie's illness by my things I did or said? Although it's a neurological disease, and logic tells me there's nothing I could have done. Logic doesn't always come into it. You know, relationships are the ultimate test of our spirituality, if you like, our spiritual progress. And we need to balance this aloneness with a certain unity that we all need to have with others. When you're like a teenager and you wonder, got my arms folded, when you wonder, how will I know if I love somebody? With Alfie, it was just sort of looking at him and recognising something very familiar. I was very comfortable with him. I was very young, and I always used to joke with Alfie that I married him as much for his mum who was a wonderful person as I did for him, but that's not true. So if I was asked to define love, I'd say it's knowing someone. It's that gut feeling that you have knowing someone. It's knowledge of someone that comes with time, but a certain knowledge is already there. It's responsibility. It's caring for somebody more than you care for yourself. It's putting that person and wanting to put that person above yourself. It's the family unit. There's nothing more important. There's nothing that should be stronger. You know, we can all be happy in a moment or a succession of moments, and we should within our family unit, but we have to educate ourselves to be unhappy. It's something that we apply to ourselves, even though we may not think that we do. It's something that we apply and something that we have to work at to keep ourselves unhappy. I would say to anyone and to myself for today to go out and greet the day with kindness, with receptivity, dispelling any self-doubt, stopping with all the what ifs, because the what ifs can drive you insane. All of those things are terribly important. Last night I was looking at a few YouTube channels as I'm work to do, excuse me. And something just jogged my memory about something that happened a few years ago to a daughter of somebody who I still know. Not in this country, no names mentioned. It was played out quite publicly what happened. This lady, who I know, her daughter at the time, she was about 30, I think, and she'd been married for 10 years or so, and got 2 young children, 2 little girls, and was happily married for 10 years. She, through a part-time work situation she was involved with, or voluntary work, I can't remember now, she became reacquainted with somebody who she'd known as she was growing up. And this person who she'd known had actually been the family social worker or community worker, whatever you call them. And so he'd known this young woman from, I don't know, early teens maybe. And they became reacquainted. nothing in it, just, I think he asked her out to lunch one day or something, and got talking about the old times. He gained her confidence, he groomed her. That woman's marriage broke up after 10 years. Because of a one-night stand with that man who groomed her, who the night he was due to leave for another job overseas, I believe, he had sex with her, knowing he was going. She didn't know, and she became suicidal. She ended up in hospital. I won't go into the details, I don't know the details really, but she ended up in hospital. Her husband had to take time off work to look after the 2 kids, and everything just was lost for a few years. That's, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago now, and I think that they're back together, she and her husband, but I'm sure that things will never be quite the same as they were. But maybe, you know, if that can be forgiven, understood and forgiven. Her husband was working very long hours. I suppose she felt neglected, I don't know. She was holding down this bit of work that she was doing. She was looking after the 2 little kids, and she was flattered. She was groomed by this man who knew exactly, given the position he was in and the training that he'd had, he knew exactly what he was doing. And it came to mind because of something I was watching again yesterday, and I thought, maybe, just maybe, all what I've just mentioned to you about love, in there as well is an element where there has to be an ability to forgive, forgiveness. For the person who's been wronged, to forgive, and for the person who has committed the error or the sin, however you look at it, for that person also to be able to forgive themselves and not to look for excuses for why they did what they did. There may be many excuses, in this case the grooming and everything, but don't hold on to it. Acknowledge it, let it go, forgive yourself. You don't have to forgive the other person, they're not important. And maybe, you know, a relationship that comes through something like that can be stronger for it. I'd certainly like to think so. Thought for today. As I said, go out today. No self-doubt. Be committed to being the best that you can be today. Be receptive in your heart and your spirit. Be generous in your actions. Make today better than yesterday. Make tonight, when you close your eyes, better than last night when you closed your eyes. And look forward to another brilliant day tomorrow. Lots of love, and I'll be back. Bye-bye.